much. Going to thank you all for being here tonight on this. I think we haven't had as many items on the agenda for some time, so it might take us more than 5 minutes to do the meeting tonight. So, but we'll group as many items together as we have to. So we're going to ask for approval of minutes from the previous meeting.
Motion.
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Motion carries. Next item is we're going to ask Rebecca if she would go ahead and read the next item on the agenda.
Sure, Madam Chairwoman. Item 2 is authorizing an agreement with Guardian Consulting Services regarding the pharmacy consultant services at the Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center. Executive Director Mark Olson is here this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Olson, for being here.
Good evening.
Do you have any comments to share with us on this particular agreement?
I do. So this may sound a little bit like a broken record from when I was here last month. Last month, we were here for an extension for the same company to provide pharmacy consulting services. This is for the permanent the three-year contract beginning February 1st, 3 years at a cost of $144,000. This is a required service based on state regulations, and they provide services in reviewing all of our residents and their medication reviews and all of our practices relative to those medications.
Can you share with us if there were other applicants?
I believe there was, they were the, I believe the lowest responsible bidder, and they are the recognized experts in this field, at least throughout New York State. And through the process, they won the bid again as they did last time.
Now, I'll ask this, and then if the other members have questions, we'll take those. Who are the raters of the proposals?
It was primarily Laura Vartanian, who is was our director of nursing, is now does the MDSs in our building, myself, and the director of nursing. And actually, you met the principal from this company yesterday at our meeting, at our quality meeting.
Did anybody else have a question?
Actually, I'll just follow up on something you said. So what would be the criterion for the three-person panel with these individuals you interviewed?
As far as their expertise in reviewing this work?
Yes.
I think just their experience through the years in, the reports that this company generates are reviewed and really for the use of the nursing staff and the physicians to be able to understand if there are any anomalies with residents and their care practices. The nursing staff, working directly with the medical staff, uses their information to improve care.
And Bill, if you're interested, there are printouts here. We got it late this afternoon. The RFP themselves, the responses, and the grading criteria are all contained in the written materials.
Okay, thank you.
If there are no other questions, can we get a motion? Motion and second, and it's so invested. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 3 is authorizing an agreement with Cornell Cooperative Extension regarding dietitian services. Commissioner Rattano is here this evening.
Madam Chair and Committee, I apologize that I am ill-prepared tonight, and I think I left a contract up your way. This one in particular, please forgive me. I was with a group of men today who could have forgiven me if I had made the error earlier in the day. Yes, thank you, Dr. McLaughlin. We're asking for the approval for the MOU with Cornell to move the dietitian from part-time to full-time. And the cost of that is $69,000, as I recall the contract.
Was it sheer I'm sorry. Was it sheer volume that prompted the need for full-time versus part-time?
No, I'm happy to share that with you, how that happened. We lost our admin, our executive admin, who did the other half of the job because she was qualified to do it. So we were able to put that under her book of business as an admin. But once we lost her, it then prompted us to have to get a full-time dietitian. We're so pleased with the young woman that we have from Cornell that we didn't want to upset the apple cart. And so we just wanted to go forward. So we just wanted to make her full-time, but she still will be with Cornell.
This was in the budget request, wasn't it? Was this in your budget?
It was.
Yeah, it was. Okay. Anybody else have a question?
Make a motion.
If not, moved by Mr. Beston, second by Mr. Camisar. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it, thank you very much. We're gonna, can we take a motion to group number 4, 5, and 8? They all pertain to congregate meals. Motion by Mr. Ricard, second by Mr. Beston. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Rebecca?
The 4, 5, and 8 are authorizing agreements with LifePath, Senior Projects of Ravenna, and where did it go? Oh, Colony's Senior Service Centers for congregate meal services for seniors.
Yes, these are all the same contracts that you approve every year. There's really no change in the service areas or any of that. And the funding, the funding remains the same. It's increased a little bit because of the inflation with food, which is costing all of our congregate folks and our home delivered folks. So it's really business as usual.
And you do have, we can expect at least 1 or 2 more contracts that will be coming next month?
Yes, you'll get one more. One more.
Next month. Okay, and I'm glad that you mentioned the fact that, there is a slight increase in the budgeting for this because, in light of the meal gap that the county executive, the partnership that he announced the other day with United Way and the Regional Food Bank shows that there's a great need, even though they talked about the fact that they've provided over 3 million meals, but they're short over 1 million meals in terms of what is needed in the region. So these are programs that are sorely needed in our community. So I'm grateful and thankful that the county is able to do what they're able to do and that you're able to monitor such a huge program.
Me too, thank you.
If there's no other questions, can I get Mr. Moriello, you have a question?
Yes, I just have a question about the share of funding. For LifePath, I see it's 6% federal, 57% state, 37% county. For Senior Projects of Ravenna, it's 91% federal, 9% county. And for Colony Senior Services, 91% federal, 9% county. Why would the funding for LifePath, the share of the funding, be different than the other two?
I would have to refer to Patrick on this. Patrick? I think it has to do with the, where they take the money from out of the different grants that we receive. Is that Patrick?
Right, it would be.
I don't see you.
It really would need to be referred to our fiscal director, but our fiscal director works it out where he draws the money where needed for the services, and then we also are including stimulus money in this, so he's trying to spend that also within the congregate meal program.
Thank you.
Mr. Ricard?
I just want to see if everybody heard that.
Oh, you said there were various, could you come
Yeah,
up
you
with
come
it?
over here, I was trying to wave you.
I don't even know if it's gonna come out on the recording.
That's what it did.
But I think you said there was various sources from which the money is pulled. Could you just repeat your answer so that it's fully recorded? I'm sorry.
Basically, what we did this year is our congregate meal program was RFP'd. And so these are the legislative approval contracts that we're going for tonight. The others went through to our CAP, and then one is a county exec signature. When we put in for the financing of it to show you where the money is being spent, that's all done through our fiscal director. And he utilizes several grant monies. Our C1, and basically our C1 money, which is our congregate meal program. as well as our NICEP, and then we also have the stimulus.
Stimulus. So the
He
federal
could-
money is really.
He could actually explain a little bit further as to why he separated it by certain percentages, but that would be something that he'd be able to answer more clearer.
And the federal money, it usually has to do with the Older Americans Act. So, they're the ones who set forth all the requirements and the things that we do. So that's why most of this is federal money.
Well, except for the life path, it's only 6% federal, 57% state, 37% county.
Commissioner, just to clarify, is this just internal accounting?
Yes.
This breakdown?
Yes.
So we're
Yes.
getting
Yes.
a pool of money and you're
Yes.
just kind of throwing it at certain programs, so that's why it's disparate depending on the program? Because it's the same pool of monies, but it's just being thrown at different pots
Right.
in
Absolutely.
turn.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's not mandatory that it all come from a certain place, or there's a percentage that has to come from a particular place. If it's all one pot, and we keep track, like you said, it's internal accounting of where the money is being applied.
It's not all one pot. It comes from a certain grant, which is our C1 grant, which is our congregate meal program.
Right, that's what I
But
mean,
in
that,
combination, it also comes from the stimulus money that we've been given by the federal government.
Ms. Moriello, does that help
Yes,
you?
thank you.
Anybody else? If not, can I get a motion?
I'll make it.
Mr. Ricard, motion, second by Mr. Beston. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it, thank you so much.
All right, item 6 is authorizing an agreement with Access Transit regarding transportation services for eligible seniors.
Yes, this is for a contract with CDTA. And they take our seniors to medical appointments and food pantries and the like and get them where they need to be, pharmacy, et cetera. $630,000, I think it's the same grant that we had last year.
That's a lot of money.
I don't think we increased that.
So, and this is used throughout the county, I mean, 630,000, that's a lot of money for CDT.
Right. CDTA is the umbrella, and then they have subcontractors under them. And the 630 goes for the whole operation throughout the
So-
county.
So CDTA is our main, is our contractor. And then within that, they subcontract out to 14 different subcontractors that handle all of the transportation throughout Albany County for the older adults. And roughly, we're talking about 3,000 trips a month.
Now, are those subcontractors, are they required to be in Albany County, or do they come from throughout the region?
To my knowledge, well, they're within the Albany County region, yes.
I mean, are any of them from Rensselaer County or some other county, or?
Nope.
No, I
No,
don't
to my
think so.
knowledge, they're all Albany County
Okay, I just,
subcontractors,
he
yes.
says 3,000 trips a month?
Yeah, roughly, yes. CDTA handles a lot of business for us.
Okay. Anybody else have questions regarding this?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Commisso, second by Mr. Beston. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you so much. The ayes have it. Next item.
Item 7 is authorizing agreement with LifePath regarding adult day services for seniors.
Okay, so this is for our adult daycare. LifePath has two places where they do daycare, and the grant award was $131,000.
Anyone have any questions? If not, can I get a motion? Motion by Mr. Ricard, second by Mr. Beston. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. The ayes have it. We'd like to take a motion to group 9, 10, and 11.
Motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Second by Mr. Beston. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So 9, 10, and 11 are authorizing agreements with LifePath, Peter Young Industries, and Senior Projects of Ravina regarding home delivered meals for seniors.
Right, so these have all been RFP'd. They are our home delivered meals. you will remember that during pandemic, we increased our home-delivered meals, the amount of people who got them, because we couldn't have congregate meals. We had to close those centers up. The final awards are, and because LifePath, of course, has the biggest amount, has the biggest row, so those are their proposals. Let's see, who else? Peter Young Industries also delivers for us. Senior Projects delivers for us. And Senior Projects of Ravenna, most of those home-delivered meals, by the way, come to Albany. She provides them for Albany. And the Jewish Community Center, home-delivered meals, goes to those neighbors of ours who are kosher, and those neighbors of ours who are Muslim and practice halal.
Now, how many days a week is this? You know, days a week?
It depends on which one, I think.
Depends on where it is,
Yeah,
but it can
I
vary
think-
from,
JCC, I think, goes out 3 days a week.
Yeah, I mean, this is
It
an everyday
varies.
occurrence. I mean,
But
the
it's- they do it
providers
every
are out
day.
every single day.
Yeah.
Depending on whether or not a client gets the food every day, remember, there's hundreds of people being served every day.
It depends on how
Throughout
they're,
it.
what they're assessed at, you know. that
And what
comes
their
under
need
your-
is.
Yeah, what their need is.
now, I saw a story on the news today about how more and more people are choosing this, to stay at home, to age in place. But I also read something today about how as people age, in order for them to remain more stable, they require the interaction with others. And if they're going to age in a healthy way, they seek out opportunities to be with other seniors. As you mentioned earlier, this number grew because of the pandemic. Do you see, or can you envision in the future there being an opportunity where that will reverse itself? Maybe not totally, but, because I really do think there's people sitting up home eating by themselves as opposed to going downstairs or to the whatever room, dining room or community room to share a meal with others has a more positive effect on their outcomes.
And that's an excellent point, because I used to run the NORC long before I came here. And, you know, that was designed to help people age in place. The truth of the matter is, not everybody needs to age in place. They might need some other kind of setting. The food end of it, because of COVID, we were given, because New York State was so generous with what they did, we were able to switch people to home-delivered meals so people could eat. You know, the ideal thing is the congregate meal, which you already approved. That's the ideal part, because it's the socialization that happens there that really builds so much in to a senior's life that they get, you know, sometimes they really even don't care what they're eating. It's a matter of that there's somebody breaking bread with them, there's somebody across the table from them. And that's really very important. People are assessed to get home-delivered meals, so they have to really be homebound to be able to get home-delivered meals. That only happened during the COVID years, that things switched, but it's gone back now.
Okay. I mean, because I would like, to see that, because you think about it, so you stay in the house a couple weeks by yourself and see what you think about it.
Yeah.
Mr. Moriel.
I'm curious, on average, how many home-delivered meals do you provide in a day throughout the county?
In a day. Wait, that's hard for me. I can get back to you on that. I know that 40,000 meals are provided by Ravenna for the year to different areas in Albany. I don't really know, but I could get back to you with that.
I'm curious.
If you really want to
Sure.
know that.
Absolutely.
Because then those people get, by the way, reassessed after a certain amount of time. They get reassessed to stay in the home-delivered meal program. So it's not like, it's one and done, you get it and you stay on it forever. That's not what happens. They then get reassessed by DSS. So, but I can get you that number.
Okay, thank you.
And is that an annual assessment? Or do you think it's longer than
It's
that?
every 6
It's
months.
every 6 months, yeah.
Every 6 months?
Yeah. Because somebody might get out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And they're not able to, they're not able to get food for themselves, not able to do something. And so, so then you reassess that person in 6 months. And, they might be well enough to go out, go enjoy a congregate meal, go out to dinner, they're better. So that's why that changes, and that's why they do it every 6 months.
So, just to add to that, that's our MOU that we have with DSS concerning central assessment. Central assessments are all of the assessments they do for both home delivered meal and SADS, the social adult day.
Thank you. Any other comments? If not, Jenny,
Motion.
we got a motion by Commissioner, second by Beston, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No further items, can we get a motion to adjourn?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. If anybody finds my other contract, would you let me know? COVID brain already.